I don't ever see myself as being I have a robot butler that lives in my house guy. But if you told me like you can have a white robot or a black robot that does all your chores for you and you get to control all the time, I think I would probably take the white one. I think that would be
just for optics.
Yeah, for like, you know what I'm saying, right?
I didn't even think about it like that. Honestly, that's just crazy.
Yeah, but there will be some people that do the opposite. And then
I
that's
might get the white one. Just
right.
One time for the ancestors, I might get the white one. Yeah.
Welcome back to Macrodosing. It is Tuesday. It is November 4th, and we are brought to you by our great friends over at Game Time. It's college football. You got tailgates, you got cheering crowds, the excitement of being in the stands before kickoff. All that's going on right now, too. And if you've ever found yourself at a tailgate and wanted to get tickets at the last minute, that's where Game Time comes in. The Game Time app gives the advantage back to the fans. It's the hack for unlocking amazing tickets and experiences in a few taps. It's incredibly easy to use. The Game Time guarantee means that you can trust you will get 100% authentic tickets on time and at the best price. Plus, fees are always included, so what you see is what you pay. This weekend, we've got a lot of big college football coming up. Big T, we got Georgia at Mississippi State. That's where the college football show for Barstool is going to be this weekend. Brandon Walker's home turf, between the hedges in Starkville, as they say.
Number 5 Georgia going to probably the friskiest team in the SEC this year. They finally won an SEC game for the first time in a couple years last week. Congrats to Mississippi State. I didn't believe this price when I saw it, PFD. $33 on Game Time.
Wow.
Get you one of those zone deals for Georgia, Mississippi State. And then other tickets that are like $39 if you want to pick your seat. I thought my phone was messed up. I thought I clicked the wrong game.
That's a great deal.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't know if Big T knows when I'm joking or being an idiot when it comes to college football. When I said between the hedges,
they have hedges.
They also have hedges?
I'm almost certain.
Tell me about the hedges in Starkville. And how does Oxford get away with being
a lot
the
of
only
us?
hedges?
South Carolina has them. Are there hedges here? I'm pretty sure there are. There's like bushes in the end zone. It's not as manicured, it doesn't look like, as Georgia.
You know what? I might FaceTime Brandon Walker right now and see if I can get the scoop on the hedges and how they've allowed Ole Miss to become the hedges school.
You mean Georgia?
Ole Miss, Oxford has hedges too, right?
Oh, they might. I don't know. But Georgia, when you say hedges, people think of Georgia.
Yeah, but I feel like Ole Miss definitely has hedges.
Yeah, they don't have hedges. They have like trees and bushes in one of the end zones.
Okay, all right. Let's just FaceTime Brandon Walker. You think he'll pick up?
They might be live on most.
They are.
Mostly.
They are. Let's see if he picks up. He should pick up. This is going to be mean. Damn, Brandon. Unavailable. Wow. I should have expected that coming when he said that we weren't friends last week on the Yak. That was very, very disappointing. But he was right. I did cancel a tea time on him, so he had every right to be upset about that. This has been a great ad for Game Time, by the way. It's been like you're getting your money's worth. 3-minute ad, Game Time. But yeah, if you're looking to go to a college football game this weekend, use Game Time. Download the app, create an account, and use code MACRO, M-A-C-R-O. Get $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account. Redeem code MACRO, M-A-C-R-O, $20 off. Swipe, tap, ticket, go. Enjoy. Download the Game Time app today. Speaking of college football, Big T.
We don't need to speak about college football.
Okay, we can talk about college football later.
No, we can do it.
Okay, I was just going to say I've been doing a lot of scenarios. I've been looking at all the possibilities, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that I've got a dog in the fight, and I'm hoping that the American Conference eats itself and JMU finds its way in. I'd put it in my own personal metrics. I think we have about a 25% chance of making the college football playoff.
That's really high.
No, I think it's very possible. Well, first of all, we have to win out.
How'd you calculate that?
Because I thought to myself, well, it's not 50%. It's probably less than 50%.
Certainly is not. Yeah.
So then I thought, okay, what's less than 50? Oh yeah, 25. So we'd have to win out, and then we need
that was the formula.
That was the formula. Yeah, my proprietary college football playoff formula.
I love it, man.
So we've got obviously a lot of teams from the American are looking good, looking very good, as is San Diego State in terms of the Group of 5 team that's going to make the playoff and the automatic qualification spot. But JMU could very well do it, and if they do make it, then I put that at about a 25% chance that we would have a crazy matchup in the first round. There's a possibility that it's going to be JMU versus Indiana in the first round of the playoff.
Indiana's going to get a bye.
So they probably will get a bye.
Or I guess Ohio. No, because Ohio State could beat them, so they might not.
Yeah, if Ohio State.
I guess it's just top 4 now. So yeah, they actually probably will.
Yeah, if Ohio State crushes, I think there's a good chance that Indiana still is top 4 and gets a bye, even if they like lose in a close game to Ohio State. I think that's a possibility.
Want to hear a fun fact?
Yeah.
JMU's James Madison,
Yep.
right? Did you know that James Madison was the shortest president?
I did know that.
At 5'4".
I did know that. Yeah, that is a fun fact. He had a silver tongue though.
Kind of odd you went there.
It is kind of odd. Yeah, we have a statue of James Madison on campus, and it is a life-size statue of James Madison. And it's like the least impressive statue that you'll ever see.
So you're almost to the top of it.
I tower above it. I tower above the statue of James Madison.
Well, he's 5'4", so you're only like half an inch
5'8",
below it.
5'8",
yeah.
5'8". But yeah, JMU Indiana in the first round of the playoff would be a pretty incredible situation to have Sig going up against his old team. Just something to keep an eye on.
Yeah. They are plus 400 to make the playoff, which is a 20% implied probability.
Look at that.
But they're behind Memphis, North Texas, and South Florida.
But all those teams play against each other.
Yes.
Memphis and South Florida already have. But yeah, something to keep an eye on. I did bet them preseason. I forget what the odds were on that. It was pretty good. So I'm hoping that JMU makes it, and against Indiana would be crazy.
A lot of big jobs open this year. Good opportunity for Coach Bob.
Yeah, I saw this morning Ben DiNucci. Shout out the DiNucci Hive out there. He said that we should lock up Bob Chesney right now so that he doesn't go. I got news for you, brother.
Yeah, he's not signing that.
This man's probably going to leave. But we can talk more college football in a second, Big T. I'll allow you some time to get your thoughts, unless you want to go off on it right now.
I don't know that I have many thoughts.
Okay. So last night was fun. We got to watch football last night. Always a good time. Love the NFL season. Love being able to watch Sunday Night Football. That was a treat. I watched my favorite team play on Sunday Night Football last night. That was pretty cool. The uniforms were great. Then Jayden's elbow exploded. So that was tough. That was a tough watch.
Jayden got hurt?
Yeah, it might be the most gruesome arm injury that I've ever seen.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
In a football game.
You got to go watch it right now.
Is it his throwing elbow?
No, thankfully it's not.
His left arm.
Oh, well, he'll be all right.
Yeah, he should be okay.
You should go look at it. I mean, long term he'll be fine, but I mean, dude. I mean, you see it.
Yeah, I know.
Snap.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm going to go look at that. Why you want me to look at that? I mean, I don't like looking at it.
It's important for context.
You should watch it just to be informed.
No, I'm straight. I heard enough. I hate looking at injuries like that. I can't watch that shit.
It was it was a bad injury. I think it was the ugliest looking arm injury that I've ever seen during a football game. Fortunately, it was his non-throwing arm. He shouldn't have been in the game to begin with. They were down 31 points in the middle of the fourth quarter, and he was coming off an injury anyways, and so he was in the game, and then he was out of the game, looked to be in a lot of pain, and he's I saw the reports saying that he didn't break anything. It's just dislocated, and he tore a bunch of ligaments and stuff, so he could, in theory, return this year. Let's just make one thing clear. He should not play another down of football this year.
It's not broken?
No fractures.
Really?
Is that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, his elbow goes to the front of his arm.
Yeah.
Just clean. They call that clean snap then. That's good.
Yeah. It bent back like over 90 degrees in the wrong direction. And he's done for the year. I'll be the first to report that he's not playing this year. Dan Quinn is probably on the hot seat now for having him in that game. I don't think that Dan Quinn should be fired. I think that our defensive coordinator probably should. But Dan Quinn, it was a very bad mistake. Don't get me wrong. It was about the worst mistake that you can make in a situation like that. I'm not fully out on Dan Quinn because I think the players love him. Everybody plays super hard for him, and I think he's a good head coach. So I don't want him gone just for this one thing. But that was about as bad as it can get.
Are you at all concerned that Jayden Daniels' injury was suffered on the same yard line at the same stadium as Robert Griffin III, the last dual threat promising quarterback that the Washington football franchise had?
Well, you're just skipping over Taylor Heineke.
Sure.
When it comes to that. But it was, fact check, not at the same yard line. It was on the same yard line on the opposite side of the field.
That's the same yard line. There's two of them.
What you just said, there's two of them. So it's not the same.
That would be like saying if you ate an Oreo and I ate an Oreo, I would say we ate the same thing. We didn't eat the exact same cookie, but we ate the same thing.
That's different.
No, you just kind of got owned.
No, I didn't, and I'll tell you why. It makes a difference where you are on the football field. Robert Griffin was on that yard line in his own territory. Jayden was on that yard line going into score in the opponent's territory.
Why does that matter?
It makes a big difference.
Okay.
It does. If it was on the same spot of the field and you're going towards that end zone and one you happen to be going away from that, I would give you that point. But in this one, but yes, I have thought about it, to answer your question. Yes, I have.
So I was going to say that it sounded like you weren't concerned, but now it seems like you might be.
I have thought about that. We need to get out of that stadium. I know that the timeline is like 2030 to move into RFK Jr. Stadium, and we need to advance that timeline a little bit. We need to change the schedule. We need to update the vaccine schedule when it comes to that stadium.
Has anyone called it that publicly yet?
What, RFK Jr.?
It should be RFK Stadium Jr.
Yeah, I've been calling it that. Yeah, I think that can catch on, but yes, it's concerning because if you look at that field, you've got a long history of Robert Griffin, Alex Smith.
Was Joe Theismann at home?
Joe Theismann was at RFK in D.C.
But it was a home game.
It was a home game, but a different stadium.
Right.
About 30 minutes away. You also have Adrian Peterson tore his ACL there. Joe Burrow tore his ACL.
I just saw him.
What's that?
I just saw him, Adrian Peterson.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he was at my Little League game this last weekend.
Did you have a kid playing?
Ironically, there was he has a kid that plays on, I think, the lower division team. But he was standing there with some other cat who played for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and there was this is a sign from your Jesus, Big T. There was a wagon full of pit bulls. And I was looking at a getting a dog. Is it a word? I was like, yeah, not one of those, but yeah.
Wait, so a wagon full of pit bulls for sale, or just like somebody brought all their
I didn't
pits?
ask no questions. And when I see dogs, I go the other way. You know what I'm saying? I dapped him up, said, what's up? Said, damn, I'm looking for a dog, but not one of those. Holla at you.
Were they his?
I don't ask no questions when dogs are involved. I'm out.
Okay.
Except for the one you're trying to get.
I haven't tried to get one yet. I did attempt this week, and you pointed me in a direction. I did attempt to Google dogs. But
how'd it go?
It's tough because it's just they all look like scammy ass websites. All of them look like scammy websites. So there's no like official place to go to. And then Maddie was trying to convince me to get a used one. No,
but Arian, she's right because I'll tell you why. And I'm not saying that
she's wrong.
I'm not saying
I'll tell you why.
No, but I'm not saying that you're going to get a dog with baggage or anything like that. You won't find a.
But it sounds like you're about to tell me to get a dog with baggage.
I'm telling you, if you're looking for a mix of a lab and a pit bull, there's lots of dogs out there like that. That might be the number one most common dog in America. But
is it really?
Yeah, I think that most dogs that are like in a shelter anywhere, those are usually lab pit bull mixes of some sort. They got other stuff in them too. But if you look for a puppy, you won't find many breeders that are making like half lab, half pit bull puppies. Because that's not like a dog that people generally go out and pay money for. So you'll find a lot of pit bull breeders. You'll find a lot of reputable lab breeders, but you won't really find anybody that's like dedicating themselves to making lab pit bull puppies. Now, if you go to any rescue website, any adoption organization, they have puppies too. They have puppies that are the exact same age. I'd say like 7 to 11 weeks is the spot that you're looking in. And they'll have a lot of lab pit bull mixed puppies. And they're so young that at that age, they don't have, like, they haven't grown up in a home. They haven't, hopefully.
What's that in human weeks? 7 to 11 weeks. How old is that?
I mean, it's just like, it's an infant. You got an infant on your hands.
Still a baby.
It's still very much a baby. 7 to 11 weeks is very, very, very much a baby. It's a very young puppy. Okay. And so if you get one of those from a rescue place and you adopt them, you will find lab pit bull mixes everywhere from like legitimate rescue organizations that treat their dogs well, feed them well, look after them, have volunteers that like pet them and take them on walks. They'll usually have all their shots. And you can find a dog that is very much still an infant little puppy that doesn't have any bad habits or anything like that, doesn't have any history of abuse, and then that can be your dog, and then you can raise it.
Okay, might have been correct then, Maddie. My apologies.
It's okay.
Yeah, because if you
thought you was trying to get me some bruised ego.
No. No.
Puppy with a bite and he's ready to attack.
No. Adopt, don't shop.
So yeah. Or you could just get one out of the wagon.
Oh, there's a saying about this. Adopt, don't shop.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just.
Why do you know so much about dogs?
Me?
Yeah, that probably sounded a little accusatory. Not having it. Just genuinely curious why you know some.
Well, I'm not like Chaps where I've like spent time training them and raising them as a job, but I worked for that rescue organization when I was.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
getting
right.
them adopted. So I spent a good amount of time. I learned a little bit about the industry, I guess you could call it.
It is an industry. Yeah.
It is, but there's a lot of homeless dogs out there. So if you can adopt a little puppy, then you're doing a good thing.
We already established. I'm not doing this for moral reasons. I'm not trying to save a dog. I want a cool dog.
Right.
That's why I'm doing this. Let's not get it twisted. You know.
I got you, but you can accidentally do a good thing.
Yeah, the two things could be true at once.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last week I was like at 65% about getting a dog. I'm like up to like 68% right now.
I could tell.
That's a substantial increase.
It is, Big T. It is.
You went right over 6-7?
I couldn't do it. I should have said 67. I've been shopping the idea with my kids, and they're like, "What the fuck, you?"
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Yes, me."
I think that's been everyone's reaction.
My oldest daughter literally said, "She's like, what the fuck, you?" And I was like, "Yes." She's 16. Yeah, me. It's getting close, man. 68%. It's almost. I might pull this trigger, man. Not on the dog, but like on getting one. I had some dude tweet me. He's like, "I don't know if your sarcasm, if my sarcasm detector is off, or you really talking about beating a dog." Like, no, bro, I'm not gonna beat the dog. It's jokes. I'm not. When you potty train him, I'm not actually gonna beat the dog, man. I'm not a beater. I'm not a. I grew up abused. I'm not gonna be abusive. So
yeah, positive.
Fret not.
Positive reinforcement.
Lovers.
It actually works.
Fret not. Yeah. Yo, I know it works when you beat him.
You're gonna be a good dog owner. I know you will.
Aw, look at you.
You will. I can't wait to meet the dog.
Well, 68 is not 100.
Yeah, we've got
stars got a line.
We're gonna be selling these. Maybe the toy of the summer. And we're gonna be selling it for the wintertime. But it's a stuffed dog toy, and it's Hank. I put out some pictures of it already. But it's Hank as a dog toy, and Blake is obsessed with this thing. He absolutely loves it, and he takes it with him wherever he goes. And I can't wait to bring Hank over again, because I think Hank met Blake like a year ago, but he hasn't been over in a while. So I want to bring Hank back over after Blake's been obsessed with the dog toy, and see if Blake just goes nuts. Like, oh my God, I don't know if he's going to try to bite him or if he's going to be like, it's my best friend, but he's bigger.
It's like when dogs see their favorite toy like as a mascot, like big, but this will just be like a real human.
This will just be Hank. Yeah. I'm pumped for that. Big T, this isn't on your sheet, but I accidentally discovered something yesterday that I'd like to talk about with you guys.
What's that?
So when I was prepping for Part of My Take yesterday, I was trying to do some research on stats.
We'll say that 5 times fast.
Prepping for Part of My Take yesterday, I was trying to do some research on wide receivers in the NFL, who's led the league in receptions, yards, touchdowns, since week 4. So trying to do like a small sample size. I'm not really a spreadsheet guy, so I don't know how to do my own shit when it comes to that. So it's just like trying to look up all these stats and then write them down and figure it out. And as I did that, I found that there are now these AI for sports websites that you can go to,
yes,
or apps that you can use. I don't trust them because I don't think that they do a good job of staying up to date. But as I was looking through them, I found, and now this is a company that we kind of have a business partnership with, Fox Sports. I would say not kind of. We do have a business partnership with Fox Sports. But it took me to a page on their website that I had never heard about before. It's called Sports AI. This is not an ad, by the way, because I'm just learning about it right now. Sports AI, built for sports fans, backed by Fox Sports. So there's a landing page for it, and it looks like this landing page came out in August. But they still don't have the actual AI machine up there. So it sounds like maybe it's something that they're working on that they haven't put out yet. But I was reading about this website, this robot, and they say that it's going to be able to give you opinions and hot takes on demand. Is this coming for our jobs?
It's bad news.
I feel like John Henry, the steel driving man, going up against the steam-powered drill. It says, ask Sports AI for bold takes or a second opinion on a hot-button issue. Whether you're defending your team or talking trash, Sports AI is ready to jump in. I don't think that they're going to be able to build a bot that can do hot takes. I think
they are.
I mean, can ChatGPT not do that right now?
Ask it.
What do you want a hot take about?
Give me
Here's a hot take. If you get that, you're a fucking dork.
Give me a hot take on let's see. Give me a hot take on Patrick Mahomes. And I'll tell you if I've heard of this hot take, because we've had a lot of them. We've had a lot of takes on Patrick.
Patrick Mahomes isn't just the best quarterback of his generation. He's already changing how we judge greatness in the NFL, and it's breaking the GOAT conversation. If Mahomes retired tomorrow, his resume of 3 Super Bowls, 3 MVPs, constant AFC dominance would still outshine what most Hall of Famers did in 15-year careers. He's also doing it in an era designed to prevent dynasties with salary caps, free agency churn, elite defenses, and viral-level media pressure, and still making the Chiefs look like a cheat code. Basically, Mahomes isn't chasing Brady's legacy. Brady's legacy is going to end up being measured against Mahomes. I don't think that's that hot.
That's not that hot. Also saying he's not chasing Brady's legacy. Brady's legacy is going to be measured up against Mahomes.
Well, that's just
saying that he is in fact chasing Brady's legacy.
Well, that's just a tense issue. Brady's is done. His is not.
Right, but I'm saying that he is, the way that sentence is constructed, he is very much still chasing Brady. Anyways, I give that 2 Skip Baylesses.
I got one. I said, give me a hot take about the Part of My Take podcast.
Oh, no.
It's not that bad. They said, hot take. Part of My Take stopped being a sports podcast years ago. It's basically a pop culture comedy show that uses sports headlines as a cover story. PMT's real genius isn't the sports analysis. It's in how PFT and Big Cat built a meta universe inside jokes and their audience treats like lore. Coach O impressions, Blake Borders worship, football guy, etc. The interviews are almost secondary to the banter parody of a sports media tropes. It's ESPN meets South Park. South Park actually loved Red Zone. That's a pretty good take.
All right. I mean, yeah, that's a decent hot take. I do think I'm not going to argue with. I'm not going to argue with the robot. Not going to argue with the robot. Nice try, robot.
Did you see the new joint that came out? I guess it's not new, but it's making the rounds. It's fuck. I shouldn't. What is it? The new AI robot that you can now order.
No.
What is it called? I just sent it.
Yeah. Yes.
What was it called? I forget what it's called. But anywho, so I looked into this shit, and it's not. Neo. That's what it's called. Neo, the home robot. So you can literally order one, and it's like an iRobot thing.
Yeah.
But I looked at it a little deeper into it, and it's not autonomous like they say. It kind of is. Like, it has like preset things. So it's meant to like do your chores. It could pick up clothes. It could fold your laundry. It could, pick up trash, whatever the case may be. So it has like preset things that it's designed to do, but it can't. You have to teach it things, and the way that you teach it things is that there is a somebody at the like. So if I wanted to say open my garage and take my trash out, I would have to program it through a VR step-by-step sequence. And so like somebody at the company will have VR and kind of like coach it what to do. And then after a while, it'll get the steps on how to do whatever the task it is that you want to do. So it's not like fully autonomous. You can't just say, hey, do this and it'll do that. You got to kind of have like some kind of like VR component to it. Because I was about to get one, honestly.
It freaks me the fuck out.
It's $20K right now. It's very creepy too. It's creepy as shit looking, but I mean, I like it. I don't know.
Yeah, it says for any. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
So it just says for any chore that Neo doesn't know yet, owners can schedule a 1X expert to guide it through unknown tasks, helping Neo learn while getting the job done, and that you can schedule when you want things to be done from it. So if you want, like say like Neo, I need you to fold my clothes at 6, and then I need you to wash the dishes at 7, and it'll just do it, and you don't have to say anything. Also, I don't like that it comes in different colors.
You don't?
It feels weird.
You think they should be all white?
There's like a white, and there's like a white, a black. There's a black one, a white one, and then like one other color, maybe like a gray. I'm like, it feels a little bit weird that we're having like robot race.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I don't ever see myself as being I have a robot butler that lives in my house guy. But if you told me like you can have a white robot or a black robot that does all your chores for you and you get to control all the time.
Right.
I think I would probably take the white one. I think that would be
just for optics.
Yeah, for like, you know what I'm saying, right?
I didn't even think about it like that. Honestly, that's just crazy.
Isn't that kind of weird?
Yeah, but there will be some people that do the opposite.
That's what I'm saying.
And then
that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah.
One time for the ancestors, I might get the white one. Yeah.
40 acres and a robot.
That would be. Yeah, I think just make gray, metal.
Yeah, neutral.
Yeah, make them like stainless steel, like a refrigerator.
Fucking blue one,
easy to clean.
I was absolutely gonna get one, but it's not fully autonomous. So this is like one of the first ones to roll out in homes. I'm gonna wait like 5 years till it's perfected and it's really autonomous and shit. I'm gonna get that one. I ain't gonna jump the gun on.
I'm watching it try to close a dishwasher, and you should not spend $20,000 on this.
Yes, it's not ready. It's not ready yet.
Yeah.
This is the first iPhone. Well, actually, that was pretty fire. It was pretty. It's not even that.
But also, like, this is something that's going to break down all the time in my. Another thing I have to worry about fixing and like updating the firmware on. Yeah, like getting a new app on my phone and then debugging the app, logging into my account on my robot.
It just freaks me out.
I guarantee you that the first like 10 years of this home robot, it's going to be way more trouble than it's worth. I'm going to be like at work and get a notification that my robot fell down on the stairs.
He got to get up. He got to get up. I done seen some of the robots do backflips and shit. Get your ass up.
Yeah. I forgot to charge my robot. Damn it.
You got it. Yeah. I think it self-charges though. I think you can be like, yo, go charge yourself, and it'll walk to the station.
I love that. I think we're still a good like 30 years away from having any of these robots that would actually be useful and seamless.
30?
Oh, way less.
Insane.
No, but like, I mean, a useful one that's not a pain in the ass.
What does that mean? Pain in the ass.
5 to 10. 10 is stretching it too. 5 to 10.
I'd say 10.
How long till we get driving cars, like self-driving cars everywhere?
I think that's pretty.
I mean, we
maybe
could
15.
kind of have that now if everybody wanted to manufacture those.
Yeah, people are gonna scream freedom and shit. That's gonna be a little bit longer. That's more of a human user error thing. I think we could do that now, but people are like, no, I'm about freedom.
I mean, we have them.
Yeah.
Like, I think most people wouldn't. I think most people don't want one.
Well, yeah, I guess I'm not most people. I would absolutely. It's way better. You would minimize traffic fatalities. Absolutely.
Oh, I don't disagree. I just think people over the age of, say, 40 just wouldn't trust that.
Speaking as, I'm not
maybe 45 or 50,
yet,
but
Yeah, it's probably the boomers, not the millennials. I think are all probably before that.
I just wouldn't.
But, who knows?
I wouldn't fully trust a self-driving car. Because
I don't fully trust humans.
You can still
driving
drive
next to
them,
me, so.
right? But they're so early on that they can make mistakes.
but they make mistakes generally at a lower rate than people do.
Right.
But I was reading what was it that I was looking at? It wasn't about cars, but it was some sort of AI thing, and it was like, I think it did use the example of cars of would you accept, let's say humans have a 90% success rate or, a 10% accident rate, whatever, and robots have 3. But then someone dies in a car accident at the hands of a robot car.
Right.
Would you accept that? And it's like, well, people want there to be like responsibility, I guess.
Yeah.
It was the Waymo CEO that was talking about this.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was this woman interviewing the Waymo CEO asking, like, do you think people will accept a death caused by a Waymo? And the CEO obviously said yes.
I think it's anecdotal, like the family of the person that it happens to would go ballistic, and rightfully so, but it's like we have those happening now. It's just there's a person that did it.
And that's the issue with American society when you have like everything built up around litigation, is that if a corporation creates a self-driving car and then that car does something that directly leads to an accident that should not have happened, then in America you sue that company. And their liability has to be like through the roof. Their insurance.
Yeah, I can only imagine.
Yeah. I think
Waymo does that already, right? Waymo has those self-driving like Ubers.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Yeah.
What do they have? Do they have any kind of like protection for liability?
I'm sure they do.
Oh,
but if something like bad happens and the car just freaks out, that company's getting sued.
I do know that.
Like whether or not they have an ironclad liability clause, like it'll be national news. I think the real story when it comes to like driving deaths in America, pedestrian deaths. So right now, pedestrian deaths are at their highest, I believe, in like 50 years. That's getting worse.
Do you think that's because of self-driving cars, or what's the impetus of that?
I think it's cell phones.
Yeah. I mean, those have been around for years now.
Not to this extent, though.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of cell phones by drivers and cell phones by pedestrians as they're walking.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't seen any data on this, but I'm with that.
And when you look at cars in America, like they keep getting bigger. I guess they kind of reached they're still very big, but for a while there it was just like get the biggest car you can. And in other countries, I'd be interested to see what the pedestrian fatalities are like in European countries where they don't have the big cars.
Well, they barely have cars at all.
They barely have cars, yeah. And also just there's fewer places where people can walk now. Everywhere's a road. But yeah, it's pretty crazy when you look at the stats and just see how many more pedestrians are getting hit and killed by cars as opposed to like 30 years ago. So maybe Waymo can help with that. I don't know. Big T, in the sheet that you sent over today.
Oh shit, I didn't look at it.
Don't worry about it.
Tell me about this article in the New Yorker, because I clicked on it and then I got paywalled.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I could read it, but it's an AI. There was a study that came out that looked at hold please 300 plus AI initiatives and 50 executives of companies that utilize AI in whatever form or fashion. And it said that most firms see no profit and loss impact from AI really at all, and that even though all their workers use it, there's really been no change in how their business operates and things like that. So more or less, we are overhauling the entire society and economy for this thing that so far it allows people to make funny jokes on ChatGPT and, take a picture. I did actually, this weekend, ChatGPT did do something that was very useful for me, and I didn't know it could do. we were trying to find where the App Store was. Oh, this sounds very boomer of me. We were trying to find where the App Store was on my buddy's TV because he has YouTube TV and we had to go to another app to watch college football. It was a whole ordeal. And we just couldn't find where the App Store was. And I just took a picture of the TV and put it in ChatGPT. I said, where's the App Store on this TV? And it gave me a step-by-step thing on how to find it.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, it can do some cool stuff. But a lot of the businesses that are using it to the tune of millions of dollars of investment say that they're not really seeing the returns on that.
Yeah, that's kind of what we talked about a few weeks ago, right? Like the money that's being funneled into AI is being funneled in there because they can then sell their tools to businesses. And then when the tools don't help the businesses actually succeed, then people will stop buying the AI stuff. And then the AI companies will feel pressure from their investors that have bankrolled the whole thing.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we're at right now. So this is good.
CEO confidence in AI strategies dropped from 82% just last year to 49% in 2025.
Love that.
Now somebody's going to come out with a AI betting thing that works. And that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah. But
then sports bookmakers will probably find that same thing. They're probably already using it, actually.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like an algorithm for sports betting?
Yep.
I use something similar. There's a website that gives you it's mostly just trends that you could find yourself if you wanted to invest the time, and then it has like a confidence score based on like it really likes this tonight or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even find that like
it's just saving work. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's just doing what gambling always is. It's you're playing your statistical probabilities.
Yeah.
People do that with cards and dice and all that. Yeah, there's a statistical probability. So I don't find that bad actually. Did Jerry hit a big pay? But
yeah,
I saw a tweet, but I couldn't verify it.
Yeah. So what happened was Jerry puts in these real long parlays every week, where it's just a little bit of money where you can potentially win a lot, and they're very long shot bets. So they are typically not a great way to like make a bunch of money, but when you do hit, you hit big time. And Jerry put in a parlay yesterday that was 4 quarterbacks to score a rushing touchdown or to score a touchdown. Not passing, just to score a touchdown, whether it's receiving or rushing. And it was Caleb Williams, Daniel Jones, Trevor Lawrence, and J.J. McCarthy. And in the early games, Daniel Jones, J.J. McCarthy, and Caleb Williams all hit. So that's 3 out of 4 right there. And the bet was, I believe you put in $200 to win $100,000 if all 4 of those
That's crazy,
happened.
dog.
I put in $100 to win $50,000. And after the first games, you had 3 of the 4 quarterbacks that had scored, and Trevor Lawrence was playing in the afternoon game, the later one. And so sometimes when you're like 3/4 of the way done on a parlay, the sports book will give you an option to cash out. It'll like buy that ticket from you. So I think Jerry had a cash out option of about $20,000. I had a cash out option of $9,000 on a $100 bet. And so I took it, and I was like, I'm going to take the $9,000. I was out of money in my account anyway, so I was like, I'll take the $9,000. That seems like a pretty great deal for just having bet $100 on this deal. So I took it, and Jerry said he's going to let it ride. Big Cat let his ride too. And then Trevor Lawrence scores not 1 but 2 rushing touchdowns in that game.
Wow.
So Jerry won $100,000 off that bet.
Just so you know,
wow.
Just so you hear it,
$200 bet.
Yep.
That's insane.
just so you hear it from someone, you made the correct decision.
I can't look back on it and second guess it.
You hit a 90-1.
Yeah.
That you.
I'd have absolutely bought that shit. $100 and you get $9,000.
Yeah.
And Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
I'd have took that shit easy. Yeah.
Yeah. So and then what I did was I took the $9,000, then I put $1,000 on Trevor Lawrence to score, so I could at least like taste it if he scored, which he did. So then I got another $4,000 off that. So I ended up up $14,000, give or take, on it. But Jerry, God bless Jerry, man. What a crazy bet. And then Jerry came up to me yesterday. It was so funny because he's feeling himself a little bit right now. And you know that Jerry's like he's a grinder, he's a hustler. He's always looking for the next thing. And he was like, Eric, there should be an option on the sports book where if people follow your bet and they hit, they should be able to tip you out. like you're a dealer at a casino.
I've never understood that, by the way. And I'm not a huge, I enjoy going to a casino. I don't do it often. But like if I go there and I lose $500, I just lose $500.
Right.
But if I go there and I win $4,000, I'm expected to give the person who's already being paid to be there like some of that money. That doesn't make a lick of sense to me.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. And you're not necessarily like expected to. It's just a nice thing to do.
I feel like I see a lot of people saying it's kind of expected.
Well, sometimes you'll get at a blackjack table, you get a dealer that like gives you advice on your hands, and it's like talking you through it, helping you make your decision. Do you want to double down here? Do you want to split? Do you want to split and double down? Do you want to stay?
Take care of the people, man. Take care of the people.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to if you just feel you want to do that. That's awesome. That's great. It just seems like I don't know.
Take care of the people, man. They part of the people. Your fortune is good. If you don't lose anything, ain't nobody expected from you. But if you win something, man, kick them a little something, man. They just doing their job. Help them out,
like
man.
what percentage?
Give them something.
It depends on what you're betting. So if I'm at a $50 table for blackjack, and I win like 3 or 4 hands in a row, I'll give them like $10.
Okay, but let's say you did what you did yesterday. You hit a 90 to 1.
Yeah.
Let's say you win $9,000.
Yeah.
How much are you giving them?
To the blackjack dealer?
Well, you couldn't win 90 to 1 on blackjack. What,
like roulette?
Yeah.
If I win $9,000, probably like, I don't know, 50.
Okay.
Something like that.
See, I usually see
$100?
people say giving like way more than that.
Yeah.
I'll kick them a couple bills.
Yeah, you just
if I win $9,000, I'm bringing a couple bills.
You just take care of them a little bit.
Couple honey buns, man.
But Jerry's idea was so funny. He hits that bet. He's like, I should get more.
So he won 100.
Jerry won close. I don't know if it was like 96. It was pretty much $100,000. Yeah.
That's $100,000. Yeah.
It's an amazing bet that he put in. So shout out to Jerry. I can't wait to see what he does with it. He said, I was like, what are you gonna do with the money? I said, I'll probably invest it. What does that mean then? More bets?
Yeah, he's putting 10 of it on another parlay next week.
Yeah. He also said he was going to buy, I think, $50,000 worth of Victor Wembanyama rookie cards as an investment.
That's not the worst thing I've ever heard.
Yeah,
but he's big into cards.
Big into cards. Yeah, Wemby looks insanely good. He is a freak, man. We should talk about some baseball. Because the World Series was so good.
Great series.
It was an amazing game. So I didn't get to catch the game 7 until the 8th inning. Because I had a murder mystery dinner party, which was fucking, hey, we as adults got to do more cool shit. That shit was one of the best things I've ever done. It was so amazing. We'll park that for a second. But we turned it on at the 8th inning, and we had drinks. We had sushi catered. It was amazing. And all the homies was just sitting there watching the game, and we was like, "Yo, this is one of the best games I've ever seen." And for it to be a game 7 of a World Series, like I'm new to baseball, but that had to be the best series of all time, at least in the conversation, right?
One of the best in recent memory for sure.
Unreal. It was unreal. I mean, you know, shout out to the Dodgers, did their thing, whatever. But great baseball game to watch. Yamamoto, my boy Cole, man.
Beast.
Yeah, that was
cool. And at the end of the game, Shohana Tasi, number 17,
Ta-Nehisi Coates,
he said, "Thank you guys," with the most perfect American accent. He might be faking the funk.
He speaks English.
He does?
Well, it's not confirmed, but have you seen the video of him? You know who Cameron Brink is? Mm-mm. She plays for the LA Sparks. She's pretty conventionally attractive. She comes to one of the Dodgers games, and he's chatting her up like they've been best friends for years. He 1,000% speaks English.
I think the way he said "thank you guys" was like, I was like, hold on, fam. That wasn't like there was no accent, though. You could, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You could order from In-N-Out and you would have no problem.
He definitely does. At least a working, version.
Understanding. Yeah. Maybe his interpreter is just a homie, and he got him a job.
Well, you know about the last interpreter.
Oh, was that the whole betting scandal?
Yep.
Yeah, it might be. It might be, dog. And it allows him to play dumb a little bit too, so we can't grill him with questions.
Yep.
I'm slick. I'm slick through his game, man. I like it though. What a beast.
Yeah, that was an incredible World Series. I think it was the best one I've ever watched. Every game had its own little like quirks and nuances and drama. And then Game 6 on Friday night, man. And I gave this take on Part of My Take, but I want to hear what you two have to say about it, because the ways to lose an important playoff game, I think that base running errors might be the worst way to do it.
Yeah.
Because those are the ones that you'll think about when you're old. Like for years and years. You'll be looking back and be like, yeah, you remember when we got doubled up on second base? Yeah, you remember when we didn't take a secondary, when IKF got thrown out at home plate? Like base running errors have a unique place in sports, in the dark places in sports fans' minds, where they will continue to haunt you for the rest of your life.
Because if you, like Kirk grounds into the double play, you hit that ground ball tens of thousands of times over your life. Like you're only going to get a hit in that situation 25% of the time, whatever, that happens.
Yeah.
But when you get doubled off at second base to end Game 6, you don't take a lead in Game 7 at third base on the 4 side at home. Like those are completely preventable things.
Yeah, it was a crazy series. Max Scherzer went out there, one last ride for Big Game Max. He did I said Big Game Max, by the way. Big Game Max went out there and held his own. And in Game 7, that was fun to see. And just some unreal plays by the Dodgers. Unreal plays to win that baseball game. The warning track fly ball in the bottom of the 9th with the bases loaded. You got a center fielder that just gets into the game, has no business making that catch. That was Kike Hernandez's ball. Crazy. And just steamrolls him to make the – and he had to. And when Kike bounced up, he was like, okay, yeah, thank you.
Am I wrong? In a World Series game, a professional baseball team, that's like, bro, somebody got to make a call right there, right? Somebody got to say, wave them off. Like somebody, like, am I wrong? Like, I feel like that's Little League. We got taught to like, yo, center fielder makes the call. He makes the call. Like, I don't know shit about baseball, but I would assume, like, you call that guy off, right?
I think that's Kike's ball, but the center fielder didn't have time for niceties, didn't have time to be polite. He was just like,
it could have been bad.
It could have been bad, but it also, I don't think that Kike was going to make that catch. That was going to be a really hard catch for him.
It would have been a hard catch, but I don't know, man.
I think
anyway, made the play.
It was a great play, and then just so much drama in that World Series going back and forth. Every game was incredible. I woke up this morning. Well, first of all, I tweeted this out, but I woke up this morning and there was a solid minute and a half where I forgot that Jayden's elbow bent backwards last night. And I want to recapture that moment, because I was just living in, like, retrospectively, I was living in bliss until I remembered. And then I was like, oh yeah, shit, that sucked. But I was thinking about,
I had a dream when I was a kid. This was when we were like really broke. I had a dream that I woke up and it was Christmas and my mom and dad got me Nintendo 64, and it felt so real. It was like a real dream. And then I woke up like happy as shit, and then it slowly starts to dawn on you that is not real life. Yeah, I feel you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a tough feeling when you snap back to reality. But I was upset that there's no more baseball when I woke up.
It's about to start right back up. Don't worry about it.
Were you a Braves guy in 1991?
I was, yeah.
Because I feel like that's what most people say is one of the best World Series ever.
1991 was, I don't remember too much about like the first few games. I remember Ron Gant had a base running blunder. I think it was Ron Gant in that game. Real bad base running mistake in that World Series. Cost the Braves the World Series there. And I remember it was Jack McDowell, right, that pitched Game 7?
Jack Morris.
Jack Morris.
Yeah,
Jack Morris. Remember Kirby Puckett's home run?
Kent Herbeck pulled, was that Ron Gant off the base?
Yep.
Who did he pull off?
Kent Herbeck, legendary Minnesota Twin. But yeah, I think, can you look that up? Was it Ron Gant that made the base running mistake? I think that it was.
What? Now, this is separate from the Kent Herbeck thing, right?
Yes. Base running blunder. And this would completely undermine my take of you'll never forget that for the rest of your life if I get the wrong person. Braves, let's see, base running blunder, Braves Twins.
I mean, if you Google Ron Gant base running 1991 World Series, Kent Herbeck's all that's going to come up.
Yeah, I'm not a ball knower. After I said Ron Gant a couple times, I felt that it was wrong. It was Lonnie Smith. Lonnie Smith, Game 7, base running mistake. So yeah, maybe you don't remember the exact names of every player that's made a base running mistake, but also I was 6 years old, so sorry about that. What else we got to get into today? I've got just a small update on the Internet Invitational. And so this is, I was telling these guys before we started taping, it broke containment. I found this story in parts of the internet that I usually don't frequent. I was hearing from people that I haven't heard from in years talking about the Luke Kwon thing, and everyone has a very, very strong opinion on it. I actually reached out to Luke last Friday just to see how he was doing, because say what you want about how he came across during the video, but that was a rough couple days for old Luke online. It had to be. Like the being the focus of the entire internet. You never want to be the main character of the internet. And I feel like Luke Kwon, to a certain extent, was the main character of at least a lot of sports parts of the internet. And so he probably went through it. And so he texted me back, and we kind of just went back and forth, and he was like, hey, I didn't mean to be a dick to you. I didn't think that it was going to come across like that. And I told him, yeah, you were being kind of a dick, but I deal with people who are kind of dicks a lot, and like I wasn't personally offended by any of it. I knew what my role was going to be in there. I'm not a great golfer, but you know, I told him that I enjoyed some of the time that we spent together that they didn't show in the full video, and so I think we're in a good spot. Hopefully, we can link up and do something together. I think that would be a good time. I'd like to compete against them head to head, handicaps included. So I've been thinking about how I'm going to be spending my time now that the Commander season is officially over, and I need to distract myself with some things. Number one, obviously, still college football still going on. Very excited. I'm still going to watch all the NFL and care deeply about that. But you have to fill these voids. You have to fill these voids in your life sometimes. And I think I'm just going to get sick nasty at golf. I think this winter I'm going to spend a lot of time in the lab. I'm going to get to a place where I'm just a stick at golf come next golf season.
I absolutely love that.
I think I can do it.
Did you see who broke Hugh Freeze's firing? It's some random guy on Twitter who, I don't know if he works at the golf course or how he had access to this information, but he said Hugh Freeze's Sunday tee time at 1:30 has been canceled. And he said this at like 8 a.m. on Sunday. Look for something to happen at Auburn today. And then the news broke 4 hours later that he got fired.
I love that, because that was a storyline kind of going into this.
And this summer, a message board poster went to Hugh Freeze's USGA page and was like, he's played golf 10 of the first 20 days of June.
Yeah.
And then he hasn't posted a score since then. Mm-hmm. But it seems he must have been playing this course every Sunday, because the guy said his standing tee time has been canceled, and it was under his wife's name.
Yeah, well, that's what happened. Some people found his wife's USGA handicap page, and they saw that she was still playing like at the same times that Hugh had been playing. And
now he just got a $15 million check to go play as much golf as he wants.
Good for old Hugh.
Not subject to any offset or mitigation.
Good for Hugh.
Yeah.
So rank the openings.
LSU is still number one, even with their whole leadership fiasco they have. I think it will affect their ability to attract the kind of head coach they want, given that you answer directly to the governor.
Yeah.
Florida, number 2. Penn State, 3. Auburn 4, but it's a distant 4th.
Mm-hmm.
And then Arkansas, Virginia Tech, UCLA.
You'd put Arkansas after Auburn.
Yes, they spend too much money on basketball, and Auburn has competed for national championships in the last 2 decades.
They have. You could say that they've won 2 championships this century.
Well, they've won 1. If you ask them,
if I'm looking at the side of the stadium,
even an Auburn fan won't tell you that.
If I'm looking at the side of the stadium, do they claim the Jason Campbell?
I believe someone there does. Yes.
Yeah. Who was that coach? Was that Tommy?
Yeah.
Tommy Tuberville and Gene Chizik.
Yeah.
Like that's, if you think about LSU and the coaches that have won championships compared to the coaches at Auburn.
Well, I mean, it's Saban.
Yeah.
And then it's Les Miles and Coach O. It's not,
Those are great coaches. What's your point?
It's not coaching royalty, 2 of the 3 of them.
Les Miles had a great career. Coach O's a king in Louisiana.
Coach O's the man, but
yeah.
he doesn't come to your mind amongst the Mount Rushmore. LSU, it runs itself, more or less, is what I'm saying.
It is more of a well-oiled machine, yeah.
I mean, Brian Kelly's the only coach out there last 4 that didn't win a title.
I'll give you that. I think that if you're coaching at LSU and your boss is the governor, that's a tough situation that you found yourself in.
And it's not just the governor, it's that governor.
Yeah. That guy who cares deeply about football and is not afraid to speak his mind on a national. He's got the bully pulpit for you.
Yeah.
So college football, what a weekend we had. Big T, I'm sorry about your Tennessee Volunteers. Looks like the playoffs is, that's a distant memory now.
Yeah, that's fine. It's just, I went to the game. I flew to Chattanooga, rented a car, drive to Knoxville. You wake up Saturday, you walk here, there, and everywhere, go into tailgates, whatever. You go to the game. It's the sickest atmosphere you've ever seen. The light show, the everything. And then we just turn it over. Then it's 1 a.m. You get home. I drive back to Chattanooga in the rain, fly home. It's just a whole... I can deal with losing. But when you're there and it's like you squander just the coolest atmosphere. Every Oklahoma fan has been like, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. That's the greatest game I've ever been to. And that's great. Glad y'all enjoyed Knoxville. It sucks. When you do all that stuff, yeah. Now I've still got tickets to the Vandy game.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Whatever, man.
Yeah, it's tough. You guys can still make a great bowl game. Still been a fun season. Dark mode looked amazing.
Yeah, it was so cool. You should have seen. But
the opening tee was kind of.
It was so awesome, and then we just. I had a stat here. It was like the most disgusting thing I've ever read.
Yeah, the tee on the field.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That was cool.
Hang on, I had a stat. Oklahoma did not have its first red zone possession until there was 3:12 to go in the third quarter. They only had 2 red zone possessions in the game, scored a touchdown on both. Tennessee had 5 red zone possessions that went touchdown, fumble that was returned for an Oklahoma touchdown, field goal, missed field goal, touchdown at the very end. Whatever.
Tough.
It's a dumb game. Hey, basketball season tonight.
Yep.
Mercer, you're on the clock.
Mercer.
Yeah. Get ready.
I love that. And you're very optimistic about this team.
Yeah, I think we're going to be nasty.
Special?
Yeah.
Gonna be special?
Will be top 5 at some point this season, probably for a sustained duration.
I love that. I love that confidence that you've got going.
We've done a lot of sports today.
We have, yeah. I mean, it is sports season.
Real sports podcast.
That's right. Not just pop culture disguised as sports.
Just pop culture with a bunch of inside jokes.
There's been I saw this one stat from the Commanders. If I can just wallow in my own misery for a moment. We've lost our last 3 games by 21 or more points. That hasn't been done by any team in the NFL in 5 years.
Wow.
I would not have thought that.
I mean that's got to be like the Browns, right?
It was the Jags. And guess what? I got news for you. Probably going to lose again by 21 points to the Lions.
Yeah.
You got Lattimore out, which is crazy saying that that's a piece that we're going to be missing. But
I mean, probably the best game they've played in that stretch was with Marcus.
Yeah.
I guess several of them were, but the Chiefs.
The first half against the Chiefs. Who could forget? But yeah, it's I think it's going to continue to be pretty ugly. I also read a stat today. Big T, guess how many snaps the starting offense for the Commanders played together? The design starting offense. And by that I mean Jayden, Terry.
I know what the starting offense means.
Well, I'm not saying all 11 players.
Oh.
But Jayden, Terry, Debo, Noah Brown, and Eckler.
Well, I mean, Eckler was hurt from the jump, so probably like 16.
0.
I was going to say 0, but I figured it had to be more.
0. They never played a single snap together all year. But again, we're moving on past that. I'm just laser focused on getting to be incredible at golf right now and college basketball. I'm excited about college basketball being back.
It's the who's the powerhouses? Give me 5 powerhouses so I can start to, because I haven't watched college basketball in a long time either.
So Purdue somehow has all their guys back for like the 7th consecutive year.
UConn?
Yeah, UConn will be very good. BYU actually has the number 1 player in this class, and they have some good talent.
How did that happen?
Money.
Is he Mormon?
No. Although he has like tweeted out him going to like a Mormon temple and stuff, just but he is not
Mormon adjacent.
Yeah, he's not a Mormon. BYU should be really good. Kansas has another, and Kansas will be really good. And Duke, who we played in a scrimmage, they have Carlos Boozer's twin sons, who one of them is really good and one is just unbelievable. Cam Boozer, he had 24 points and 23 rebounds against UT in their scrimmage.
Okay. All right. How's North Carolina looking? I was a North Carolina fan growing up.
I think they're top 25.
They start every year in the top 25. It's a matter of how quickly until they're out of it. They are 33rd on KenPom. I don't know what the top 25 is, but
so I guess they could be okay, but it could fall apart.
Kentucky is supposed to be very good as well. They spent reportedly like $25 million on their roster.
Okay.
Something like that. And then Florida, the reigning champs, who brought in Xavier Lee from Princeton and then brought pretty much their whole team back except Will Richard and the best player on the team, whose name was Walter Clayton. That was his name.
They still have that really tall guy.
They have several. But yeah, you're talking about
the French guy,
Olivier Roux.
Yes.
Yeah, he's like 7'8" or something.
And so
but he doesn't even really play.
Is he going to play this year?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Real quick pivot, man. I need your advice. Well, not your advice, because whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. Give me your take on this, Eric. So it's 135 to 147. I'm down in fantasy, and I'm mad because I finally got Brock Bowers back, and this man went the fuck off and got me 43 points. Rest of the team kind of shit the bed, but I'm still in it. And everybody's gone on both teams except for I have Dallas's kicker, and I'm down 12.
Yep.
What are my chances?
Okay, my internal percentages, much like I calculated JMU versus Indiana.
I need that Rain Man.
Okay,
shit.
down 12. And does your opponent have anybody?
Nope, he's
okay.
done.
I put you at 35%.
It's not bad
because Aubrey is special.
Yeah, he showed up for me sometime this year. We are playing Arizona.
Yep.
They're playing Arizona, and I guess you can score points on them, but it depends on. We need field goals. We don't need extra points.
Yeah, you need field goals, and field goals are getting easier. Did you see the Jaguars kicker yesterday?
Yeah, like a 68-yard.
68-yard field goal, NFL record.
It used to be 63.
60
was that?
Yeah, it was 62 for a while, then 63, then 66, and then 68.
That's a long ass field goal. What a weapon!
He bombed it. It could have been good from 70, I think.
That's a wild idea. Kicking over half the field is insane.
Did you see Oklahoma's kicker?
Do what?
What he was wearing?
No.
First of all, he made 2 55-yard field goals. He was unbelievable. Go search the name Tate Sandell.
Okay.
He was wearing the most. It has to be
the shorts.
A violation.
Yeah.
He was wearing biker shorts.
So yeah, so back in my day when I played football, they made you wear knee pads.
Yes, like your pants had to cover your knees.
The kicker had to have knee pads on.
Man's got Daisy.
Dude, it was crazy.
And
I can't believe, I don't know if Heupel said anything to the refs, but you're supposed to have to come out for a play if you have like a uniform violation.
I'll keep it a bean. I'm okay with this.
I mean, they don't enforce any of that anymore.
Because I got fined so many times for my knee. They are letting them run amok, and I'm for it. I'm just mad I missed that generation because a few things. One, I believe if you look good, you feel good, you play good. I believe in that. And I was always under the impression, like Frank Gore was one too, covering your knees with knee pads, it don't do shit, right? You rarely get hit on the knees like that, especially as a running back. Like let us take that risk if that's what we want to do, right?
They're also little foam. It's not doing anything.
It ain't gonna do shit. And more so than looking good, it absolutely restricts your movement as a runner. And so I'm looking at these younger cats. They're playing much more free. And I was a guy. I had a long stride, so my stride was everything. And I felt like I was so restricted running in a lot of those pants that they had us in, and it was all a uniform violation. That's why I couldn't do it. I got away with it a little bit in 2014, but they started fining me early on, and I started pushing the boundaries. But like this, especially with kickers, I mean, I don't fuck with kickers anyway. So I mean, they out the 1 or 2 plays. Let them wear whatever's comfortable. I don't know, who cares?
Yeah, I agree. The knee pads don't do anything to help. If you're trying to protect against injuries for a running back, all the injuries come because like your foot's planted in the ground and you get hit from the side on the knee. And so you've got an anchor in the ground, which creates a situation where it gets bent back. A knee, like, I don't think people are that worried about going out there and bruising their kneecap.
Nah, it's not. It's it might, but it's just like who cares? Like that's the risk we take when we play football. You really care about player safety, then you'll stop hiding the concussion studies.
Yeah, it's true.
Fuck out of here.
That's true, but yeah, I imagine that as
players' healthcare,
as a kicker, that helps.
Yeah, you're free.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I always thought that about basketball too. Like when we hit the peak. When was the peak of the baggy shorts movement? Like 2005,
2000s, early 2000s.
Yeah, some of those. It made it way harder to dribble.
There was a point where the N1 mixtape dudes was about as famous as a lot of NBA players, though. Mm-hmm. From the youth, anyways, not like the casual sports fan, but like from the youth, the draw that they had, like it was a thing, man. The N1 mixtape days.
Have you seen the N1 documentary?
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah, it's great documentary. One of my favorite basketball players of all time, man. Skip to Malou, Rayford Austin.
Yeah,
legend, street ball legend at Rucker Park, man. I hope he's doing well. Dog, I was always a huge fan of him. When I was young, it's one of the only autographs I've ever gotten. Yeah, we was at LA. He came to LA and we went to the N1 mixtape tour in LA. And all I had was like a little towel that they gave out. And I remember he was like, God, I'm tired of signing these fucking towels. Because like the marker don't really go on it. And I was like, oh man, just sign it though. I was little. Shout out to Rayford though. That's my
Rayford Austin was great. Hot Sauce was incredible.
Hot Sauce.
The Professor,
he was a little later after. That's when it kind of started getting whacked to me though.
Escalade,
same kind of that was. I guess he was a little earlier on. I was like the OG days, like Skip, Hot Sauce, Main Event,
yep.
Future,
Half Man, Half Amazing,
Half Man, Half Amazing. Ali Mo, he was probably a little later, but still he was fire. AO. That used to be my shit, dog. Headache was cold.
Was there a guy named Helicopter?
That was a little later on. I was like, because I think 4 was the last mixtape where I was like, this is dope. 5, 6, 7, it started getting kind of ridiculous. But I think he was a little later on.
That was an era.
It was an era indeed. We used to, because you had to go to the, I think Foot Action, was it Foot Action? You had to go to Foot Action, get N1 apparel, and you get your tape. So we would go get like a pair of socks or something like that, and then go get the tape. Great marketing because the tape was free. You had to go get apparel. It was great marketing.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they changed multi-billion-dollar businesses branding and marketing strategies. Nike copied them, Reebok copied them. They was ahead of the curve, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was great.
Time.
It was great. The reality show behind it.
Mm-hmm.
They knew how to put themselves out there, yeah.
Yeah, it was dope.
And then you had a bunch of people being like, these guys should be in the NBA.
Yeah, I was one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know what I was talking about, but yeah, I was one of them. I did think some of them could play. Like, so Hot Sauce, probably not. You know, a lot of his shit was like carrying, but I knew Skip could. Like, I used to bang for him. I was like, yo, Skip could play in the NBA. Mm-hmm. Like, nah, none of that street ball shit works. Sure enough, he ended up playing. He got a nice little deal too. He played for Orlando. He played for Houston. Played for a couple squads. He had to me, that's why he was my favorite. He had the best skill set. Like, he could actually play ball. That's what I liked about him the most.
Did you watch the highlight of Giannis last week, where he took six
Travel?
steps? Yeah.
I mean, it's throw it on a pile of the reasons why the NBA is getting hard to watch, man.
I found a new favorite type of guy, and that is the guy that will defend travels online and explain why they're actually not travels.
It's a gather step.
Yeah, be like,
and then shut the fuck up.
Well, he had 4 gather steps.
So you do the gather. You're allowed to get the gather step as he's collecting the ball, and then he establishes 2 plant feet, and then he steps out, gets a pivot foot, and then he pivots off that. And it's like, no, or I could just watch it and say that's 6 steps. Or I could just count. When I run out of one hand to count the steps on, I don't care how many gather steps you're getting, which one the pivot foot is, how you've established both. Don't really care about jump stops at that point. If it's 6 steps, it's a travel.
Shit was whack, yo.
Yeah.
It was whack. I found this guy on Instagram. Not related, but you said steps, and it reminded me. I started following him. All he posts all day is picture. He perfected walking backwards, and so he walks backwards to make it look like he's walking forward when he throws the video in reverse. So everybody around him looks like he was walking in reverse, and he's walking. It looks like he's walking forward, and he's just the coolest, smoothest. And there's no point to these videos or these posts, but I can't stop watching them, dog. It is so funny to me, dog.
I gotta find this. Where can I find this guy?
Robin Channing, RobinChanning.
This is pretty incredible.
It shit is so dope, dog. It's so stupid, but it's so intriguing. I love watching it, dog. And he'll like look back at the camera, and he'll look around, and everybody's walking backwards, and he's walking forward. Like, it's fire, dog. I want to try that shit.
This guy's an athlete.
I like him. Innovator. This is what the internet was made for. Guys like this.
I love this. Mad Dog McKenzie, how are you guys doing? How was your weekend?
Good. I watched my first rugby game thanks to PFT.
That's right. The All Blacks and the Irish.
Yes.
It was a pretty fun game, right?
It was very fun. I have zero clue how rugby works, but it was fun to watch.
It was fun. The best play of the game didn't even count. It was at the very end. Did you stay for the end of the game?
I left a couple minutes before the end, but what was it?
Okay, it was just like a 60-meter try with like 11 offloads and passes. It was awesome. And then
yeah, totally.
I think they said one of them might have been forward, and so they called the try off, but it was cool. I can't find the clip of it everywhere or anywhere.
I don't know what any of that means, but it was a really cool game to watch. And I feel really bad for those boys. I was again, thank you, PFT. I was very close to the field. I could hear their bodies smashing into each other.
Yeah.
In a way that I did not enjoy. And I cannot imagine that feels good. And I only saw one boy wear I'm assuming their version of a Guardian cap.
Yeah, the scrum cap.
Yeah. Is that is it only supposed to be one person wearing that?
No, it depends on what level you're playing at, but I think they're much more common in non-professional rugby for some reason than they are at the pro level.
Okay.
But yeah, I used to wear one sometimes when I would play.
Yeah, they were getting thrown around. It is crazy how they run into each other like that.
Yeah. I think at the pro level, you usually see guys that are in the scrum, like the big dudes wear them, and they're strictly to protect their ears, pretty much. Like when they're doing that thing where they all slam into each other, the scrum, that you can get cauliflower ear pretty nasty if you don't have those on. They don't really provide that much protection against a concussion.
Okay.
But it is something that's there that can, like, I would have stitches sometimes, and then you'd have to put those on over top to make sure that those don't get taken out.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a violent sport, but they've done a pretty good job. They take the head-to-head stuff very seriously.
I can imagine, because there's nothing. They don't even have helmets or anything.
Yeah,
like, it's just straight up.
You're not allowed to hit anybody above the shoulder, and if you do, it's usually just a red card. And so this is something the game may have passed me by. I didn't realize how a guy in Ireland got a red card, and then I looked up later, and Ireland had the same 15 guys. Not the same, but they had 15 guys on the field. I guess it's a new rule now where if you get a red card, you have to play down a guy for 20 minutes, but then you can sub a person on and play at full strength just without the guy that got the red card.
Okay, so I know what part you're talking about, and the person I was with was explaining to me, like, oh, if they got a red card, it means that they play one down for 20 minutes. And I said, that's a really long time to play, one down on.
Yeah.
But then I was looking at it, and I was like, there doesn't seem to be a different amount of players on the field, though.
Because there's a lot of guys on the field in a rugby game. So, like, if it's a soccer game and you get a red card, then you have to play with 10 people. That can be kind of noticeable.
Okay.
But in a rugby game, 14 versus 15, you can kind of get lost in that a little bit.
But I was like, this doesn't seem that much. Yeah, or I'm thinking, like, the only sport, I don't really watch it, but, like, that I know that from is hockey, where it's like if you're in the penalty box and then, what is it, like they have a power play if there's one more person. But what's hockey, 5-on-5?
Yeah, so it'd be 5-on-4.
So, yeah, that's way more noticeable.
Yeah.
So 3 times the amount of people, I was like, I can't really see this crazy of a difference.
Yeah, you only really notice it in terms of, like, positioning, and if it's somebody that's, like, in the back line that has gotten a red card, then they won't have enough people back to, like, cover a kick, and they'll be out of position a few times. And if it's somebody that's in the scrum, the big boys, then one scrum will just dominate the other because they've got 8 versus 7 in the scrum. But yeah, when you got 15 people out there, it's tough to really count on the field and be like, oh yeah, this looks lopsided to me. But before the game, the one of the coolest parts of the day was watching the haka from down on the field, which is the traditional New Zealand dance that they do before the game. Like the tribal war chants that they do. That was so intense to see in person. And it's funny because going into these games, real diehard rugby players will be like, I wonder which haka they're going to do, because there's multiple hakas that they break out for different occasions, and some are like winning hakas. Some, like, people break them down based off, okay, their record is like 74-5 when they do kamate, and it's 35-20 when they do kapa ipongo, which I think is the one that we saw before the game. But they've nerfed kapa ipongo. They've nerfed it because in the past it used to end with the throat slit.
Oh.
Yeah. And so that was like the most intimidating thing ever. They would hit you with the throat slit at the end of it. And then in like 2007, they said, we're going to stop doing the throat slit because it's too violent. But then they brought it back in the mid-2010s. And then I think it was like 2020, they took it away again. So we don't get to see the throat slit. Just make up your mind.
Are you going to throat slit me or not?
Yeah.
But it was awesome. And every single person there was like so freaking cool. Like, it was the coolest vibes.
Yeah.
So many Irish people, so many Irish drunk people. I sat in front of a Macrodosing. He was very nice. He said, so I see you're not watching any college football today. I said, nope, I'm good. But they were very nice, very intense vibes.
Yeah. It was, yeah, for the most part, like a friendly audience, because I think everybody there was just so happy to be watching some of the best rugby players in the world.
Yeah.
In the United States. They did run out of Guinness, though. I tweeted that
saw
out,
your tweet.
and that was a legitimate thing. They ran out of Guinness 10 minutes into the game. I was listening to a stadium operations person that was getting on the walkie-talkie, and that was panicking because they ran out of Guinness in the stadium, which is shout out to the Irish. Great job. Well done, guys.
It was really, really cool. I had a lot of fun. It was very interesting.
So there's going to be a third now because Ireland won the first one back in 2015, 2016, and now New Zealand won this one. So I think they're going to try to do it in like 3 years. They won't wait another 10 years. But I think there will be a third, and I will be there no matter what.
Why was this one in Chicago?
Because the last one was in Chicago too.
Why? Just because?
I think there's a lot of rugby players in the Midwest. There's like a built-in good-sized community, and
a lot of Irish people.
A lot of Irish people here as well, and it was a sellout again.
I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah, getting to see that in an NFL stadium. I don't know why the Bears let them do that, by the way. Well, it's not the Bears; it's the city of Chicago. But that field definitely got chewed up.
Yeah, probably. It's also crazy. Like, I had never been. That was my first time at Soldier Field.
Oh,
and I was very overwhelmed by the experience. I don't think Bears games seemed that poppin'.
Leaving Soldier Field is one of the worst experiences in sports.
I still think MetLife is the worst to leave.
Yeah, there's a few out there. Soldier Field just is annoying because you have to spend about an hour walking to get anywhere.
Yeah. But it was really fun. Thanks, PFT.
Of course.
Awesome.
Of course. It was a great time. And today's episode is being brought to you by Sport Clips. Don't make a rookie mistake of not going to Sport Clips haircuts. At Sport Clips, guys come in looking like they've just been sacked by a 250-pound linebacker, but they walk out looking like a first-round pick. The Sport Clips stylists have the playbook for a clean cut. They've mastered the X's and O's of men's hair. You get the massaging shampoo, a precision cut. You get the hot steam towel with the MVP haircut experience. When you step into Sport Clips, you're walking into a zone for guys. The games are on. The stylists just get it. This is a place designed for guys to win and walk out with a haircut that's ready for the highlight reel. Sport Clips, it's a game changer. Check out Sport Clips today. And today's episode is also brought to you by Stella Blue and their new canned lattes, which are delicious, by the way. I have one every day. Each can has 190 milligrams of natural caffeine. It's a great source of protein, too. It comes in 2 smooth flavors. You've got espresso cafe mocha, espresso sweet cream. I like the sweet cream myself. Whether you're braving your morning commute or you're chasing your pup, Stella Blue cans are for those that are always on the go and for those who care. Stella Blue is more than just great coffee. It's about giving back. Big Cat named the brand after his rescue dog, Stella, who inspired their mission to help more dogs find their forever homes. Every purchase supports animal rescue organizations, so when you drink Stella Blue, you're not just fueling your day, you're saving a dog's life. Try the new cans today. Taste the difference and make a difference. All new Stella Blue canned lattes are available at StellaBlueCoffee.com. So I want to preface this by saying I am not going through a mental breakdown because of what happened with the Commanders on Sunday. So just for the record, this is not mental breakdown related. This has more to do with the rugby game. And really how I've been feeling for the last 6 to 8 months. I think I might get a mullet. There were some good-looking mullets. When you looked at some of the players with their mullets, and that's, yes, exactly how I will look. But the mullet, this isn't your grandfather's mullet. It's not like the super red. You can have a mullet and look good now in the year 2025. And I'm seriously considering doing the mullet. A nice, clean mullet.
I would love to see that.
I think it would look good.
What do you mean by clean
too old
mullet?
for that shit, man.
Like a nice, tight, almost like a fade on the side, feathered, shorter mullet, but goes down to the shoulders.
Too old for that shit, man.
I don't think you're
not a fan.
Are you talking like a Theo Vaughn look?
I don't want to say like Theo Vaughn, but
why not?
Mullets are the worst haircut in existence. Dog shit.
I disagree. Bowl cut.
Naturally.
You think?
Nah, I'll take a bowl over a mullet, dog. Mullets are bad.
You think like a classic bowl cut, just like straight across. You would take that.
Talking about three Musketeers bowl cut, Edna Mode bowl cut, way better than a mullet. Mullets are horrible.
I think you're just being closed-minded.
No, shit is ass.
I think I could pull it off.
How tight would you have it on the top, and then how long would you have it out the back?
Oh, pretty tight. I'd say probably like maybe 2 or 3 inches on the top, then down to the shoulders in the back.
Like a spiked mullet, then?
I could spike it on special occasions, yeah. When I was feeling frisky.
Bro, I'd be looking at mullets are bad to me, man. This is just my personal opinion. You know, don't want anybody get all frazzled.
Okay.
It's just them shits are ugly to me, though.
There was one guy on Ireland that had a high ponytail, but Arian, I was watching him before the game, and we've talked about the edges on this show before, and that's primarily a thing in the black community when you have the edges that are really well done and you
line up.
This guy, I don't know if he was 100% white. I don't know what his background was. But he was white presenting at least, and he put edges on himself. Like he cut the first strip of his hair was trimmed down to like, I don't know, just a few centimeters, and then he combed that out in the front. I've never seen that on a white presenting individual before. Was not the strongest look.
Yeah, I would have to see it. I don't know what that would look like.
Yeah. All right, anything else we want to get into? Do we have voicemails? Let's hit a voicemail.
Hey, Macrodosing Pod, love what you guys do. This is Alex from Minnesota. I just have a quick question, mostly for Arian and PFT, to be honest. So my situation really quick, just to give some groundwork, I guess. I'm just getting out of like one of my the best job I ever had. Just didn't pay the best, I guess. But the connections I made were like amazing. The way I fit in was just amazing, like never before, you know. And so I moved back home with my parents, and it's been tough getting a job. So I'm curious, like if you were in my situation, what would you guys do differently? Or what have you been through like in the past that maybe you could relate or something? Yeah. Also, Mac, you're really cute. Sorry.
Here we go.
I'm dead. Thank you.
I see you. Right.
Snuck it in.
So the question was, he has a job, or he's having trouble getting a job, and he moved back with his parents?
Yes. I believe he had to leave his last job that he loved because it wasn't paying enough. And then he moved back in with his parents and is struggling to find a new job.
How old was he?
I don't know if it said his age.
I don't think he said.
Age. I have a take on this. I'm all for, and this is like contingent on your parents' situation, right? If your parents are comfortable and they're fine, I'm all for being able to move back in to get on your feet, right? I believe that's what parents are for. Like I tell my babies all the time, like you forever have a home with me. But there is something to be said about standing on your own too. Like there's a balance. Like if I gotta move back in. Hey man, that's what your people are for. They brought you in the world, right? But I do believe at some point you gotta lock in, and whether that is what that looks like. Myself personally, like this is entirely situation, circumstances, and everybody else. I told my mom when I was 18. This is when I was undrafted. My future was very uncertain. I took all my clothes out of her house, and I was like, "Yo, I'm not coming back. Like, I'll figure it out." And whether that meant sleeping in a car or I didn't care. I was just not gonna go move back in. My mom had so much to deal with that I wasn't going. I felt like I would have been a burden to her, right? And like I said, this is an entirely different situation. I don't know your circumstances and the dynamic, but that's just was my mindset. Was I don't give a fuck. I'm not going back home. But like I said, I want my kids to feel comfortable enough that if they find themselves struggling in the world, they always got a home with me, always. And so, but it's a balance. Like if I feel like my kids is like taking advantage of me, we're gonna have to have a conversation, and there's gonna be benchmarks that they have to hit in order to stay in my home with me, right? They can't just be chilling. Like we got to work towards being a better productive citizen. So it's give or take. I think in this economy right now, I think that's a smart move. I'm all for stacking, saving, and then finding your own way.
Yeah, it's a fair answer. I think and this isn't like blanket advice for everybody because everyone's circumstances, like Arian said, are different. But I do think that there's no shame at all in moving back with your folks, if that's what it takes for you right now. And I think the bigger circumstance is finding a job that you really, really care about, that you're passionate about, that you're good at. And for some people, they're money motivated and they want to make money in, by any means necessary, and that's what their goal is, and that can be fulfilling for them. But for other people, I think it's more important to find a job that you actually like really deeply care about, because even if it doesn't pay that much money, I still think that being in that line of business or that line of work will lead itself to you being more fulfilled long term, where you will think of ways to make more money doing the same type of job, because you'll be thinking about your job, you'll be thinking about work even when you're not working, and you'll naturally find a way that will become more advantageous to you professionally, even if it's not that much money at first. And it might not be a situation where you're in an industry that you'll ever be rich by doing that job, but you could find a way to make much better money in that same job. You could find a way to do something that no one's ever thought of before in that same line of work and make a lot of money. But I think my personal advice would be to find something that you deeply care about and find a job in that realm, and then kind of let everything take off from there. But that's it. Everyone's circumstances can be different. It doesn't always work out the way that you had it planned up. You want to make sure that you're working with somebody that is a good person, that would have your best interest at heart as well, and that you're not being taken advantage of either. But yeah, my first advice would just be to find something that you deeply care about, and try not to worry as much right off the bat at how much money is coming in, and figure out a way to work your way up in that field. That's kind of the direction I would point you in. And again, I don't know how old this person is either. So, I don't know if we're talking to somebody that's in their early 20s, somebody in their early 30s, but a lot of times in your 20s, you get caught up by looking at people that are around you and see how much money they're making and how successful they seem to be. And then you will pressure yourself into doing something that you might not actually love. And you just feel like you have to keep up, and try not to fall into that trap. Just focus on finding something that you are passionate about and that makes you excited when you wake up in the morning. And then hopefully from there, the money will follow.
It's great advice. I will add two things, because you mentioned something. There is something to be said about, looking at the Joneses in your 20s and say, oh, look what they doing, look what they had, like lock in on what you do. But that shit can also happen in your 30s too. Like, you don't have to have it all figured out in your 30s, man. I see a lot of peers that are in my age group that are, struggling still. And that's all right. You know what I'm saying? That's all right. But, Father Time is ticking, and it is time to get in gear. But so I would say the second piece of advice is, if you are living with your parents, don't treat it like living with mom and dad and we chilling, right? Treat it like, yo, I don't want to be a burden to this household. I want to be an asset to this household. And that, I was taught young, how you do anything is how you do everything. So like, they shouldn't have to ask, you should never leave a dirty dish in the sink. You should always clean up and pick up after yourself. Little shit like that. I think a lot of people move back in their parents, and it's just like when they grew up and your mom's gonna do your laundry, and I'm like, don't do it. You're a grown man now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you start to get into correct mindset in order to live on your own and provide for yourself. It's like little shit like that, making sure that you are a ghost. Like, they don't notice any negative uh consequences of you living with him. That's all positive. Damn, he's really been an asset since he moved back in. He's helping around the house, he's doing things. I'm not even asking him to do nothing. I know a lot of people, I know this sounds like I'm talking to a child, but it's not. Like, there's a grown adults who live with people that just expect people to take care of them and stuff like that. Like I said, I don't know you, brother, but like, I would give out the advice. Like, if I was never to stay with anybody and I would find myself in some hard times, like, that would be my first thing. Is, I'm an asset here and I'm gonna be out the way. This is not my space. This is not my home. If you want your space and want your home, go grind and go get it. Until then, you're a guest, and treat that shit like with respect, because that shit can get annoying. Family members moving in and they feel entitled. You on, like, let's say, you little shit like you on their couch, on their side of the couch, and that's where they sit, and you just happen to be. That shit pisses people off. They might not say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But that shit makes people upset, and that can turn into resentment over a certain period of time. So you always want to make sure that you're an asset, and you're not, hey man, if there's anything I can do to improve, like let me know. You always tap in and check and communicate. That would be advice I give.
Yeah, and living with your folks, it might not always feel like the best setup that you got, but you know, in a couple decades, you look back on that and be like, that was kind of cool that I got to spend more time with my parents.
Springboard. Yeah. Oh, I saw a stat. It's crazy. I told my daughter this. I don't know how accurate it is, but I think it was like 85% of the time that you're going to spend with your people is before you leave college. That's wild.
Yeah.
To think about. That's a lot of the time. Like, and so you go on about your business and have it. So if you happen to be with your family, enjoy that shit. Yeah, that's a good point as well. Cause that's why my pops, he's 65 now, 60, something like that. And you know, when you start to see your parents age, it kind of like you can feel it a little bit, man. Get a little emotional sometimes. So at any point, I'm always like, yo, pops, come through. You know, moms, you know, I'm always trying to visit anytime I can, because that shit, yeah, this time ain't waiting for nobody, man. I was talking to my nephew. This nigga's 20. My nephew's 20 something, and I'm like, I don't feel 39. You know, my mind is still that young, ambitious little kid, but I don't feel what my body telling me I am, and that's it. And you talk to old folks, they feel the same way. 80 years old, they're like, I don't know what happened. I just wake up, time get us all, dog. So enjoy that shit.
But in the moment, if you're like in your early 20s and you're living with your parents, it does feel like it could cramp your style a little bit.
You cramping their style.
That's true.
Your ass out there.
Yeah, go live somewhere else.
They trying to knock the cobwebs off, and you over here cock blocking.
Yep. All right, we got another voicemail?
Yep.
What's up, Macrodosing crew? My name's Barrett. First of all, Arian, you're looking for a dog. I think you should get a corgi. We've got one. Just the most happy-go-lucky dog. You know, it always matches the vibe. If we go on walks or hikes, it's down. If we want to take a nap, it's always down for that. Sometimes it'll sleep until about noon in the 12 o'clock, so can't beat that. But they can be a little stubborn too and independent, so it's up to you if you want to have fucking corgi hair everywhere. And then a question I wanted to ask is, what is the optimal city population for you guys to live in? I've lived in a town ranging from 2,000 people all the way to a city that was about 750 in the metro area. And now I live in one at about 90,000 people. And I got to say, this 90,000 city is about hitting the sweet spot for me, just in terms of not being too heavy on the traffic, but having enough stuff to do. And, you know, all the grocery store being 2 minutes away. So let me know what you guys think, what the optimal city size is for you. Love the pod. Thanks. Bye.
First and foremost, my brother, I appreciate your suggestion, and I will not be getting this little rat looking.
I love corgis, man. Corgis are cool.
Corgi, hell no, I ain't getting that shit. He has a nerve to say he's gonna have an attitude and independent. Independent? What? You need me to feed you dog food, or you gonna die on these streets. You better not have the nerve to be independent, you little muskrat looking. But hell no.
They're cute. They're little gremlins.
Your dog, of course, my brother. No disrespect to the college dog, but the one I'm looking at on the screen ain't for me. I need a dog that has a little bit of like something to him. You know what I'm saying? Like I need a killer. I need somebody who's like, if you look at him, you're like, I ain't fucking with him. No, he's soft with me. You know, lady in the bed with a freak in the street. Or no, swipe that. Lady in the street with a freak in the bed. Yeah. I need that dog, you know what I'm saying? Nice to the family, lovable, but I need a motherfucking killer. When you look at him, hey, I'm like, don't worry, he's cool if you cool.
Yeah, no, Blake's kind of that way. I got pulled over on Saturday morning, here in Chicago, and the cops did not want any part of approaching my car. It was pretty great. Because Blake,
I like that.
Blake was in the back seat.
Blake anti-police. Okay, Blake.
Blake was in the back seat, and he was just barking his head off, super, because you got two strangers coming up to the car. He doesn't know what they look like. They mean business, and Blake's just like, I'm going to let them know that I'm here. And so I just cracked the window, and they stepped back a little bit from the car, and they were like shouting their questions because they didn't want to get too close to Blake. I was like, that's a good boy. That's a good dog right there.
Yeah. I need one of them. I need.
What were you doing?
Dog. But like,
some administrative issues with the car. I might not.
What does that mean?
I might not be the best at updating registration stickers.
I'm so shit at that.
Yeah.
I'm horrible with that. I am not like a good adult when it comes to shit like that.
And then I had the New York license, and the cop looked at that and he was like, "How long have you lived here?" And I was just like, "A little bit."
I think it's like 90 days you have to get it.
Yeah,
you're supposed
it's
to.
3 months. He was like, "How long is a little bit?" I was like, "Just a little bit." I was not gonna give him a
So
time
you never
frame.
told him?
Never told him. And then after like a couple seconds, meanwhile Blake's barking in the background, and after a couple seconds of that little standoff, he's like, "Okay, it's a citation if you've been here longer than 90 days, and you haven't changed your license." I was like, "Yeah." Don't have to say anything.
And that was it?
No, if he had pressed harder, I just would have been like, I'd prefer not to answer, respectfully, sir. But yeah, there was one cop.
Sovereign citizen? You hit him with the sovereign citizen?
No, you don't have to answer their questions.
You don't have to answer. There's a reason that they're asking you those questions, and it's not to try to get you out of getting a ticket. Right?
I don't answer questions, sir. I don't answer questions.
Yeah, but you be respectful. I'm not like the sovereign citizen or anything like that. Just I'd like to assert my Fifth Amendment right to not incriminate myself.
You will never answer a question that will get you out of something that a cop has already decided you have done.
Correct.
If they are asking you questions, and obviously if you're getting pulled over, that's one thing. But like if you are the suspect of a crime, you are never going to talk yourself out of it.
Yeah.
So you should never say anything.
Yeah.
I got pulled over one time, and I was speeding clearly, but he was following me for like 2 miles, and I was jamming, was not paying attention at all. And I had like some shoes, and I was when I had a test. I had some shoes in my rear window. Jesus Christ, and I couldn't see behind me really that bad. And so he was following for like 2 miles, and he hit the pull over that shit on the Mayflower. I said, "Oh shit!" And I pulled over. He's like, "Why are you having me following you?" I was like, "No, I did not hear you, dog. That's my fault. Hands up." And I was like, "Why you pulled me over?" He's like, "You were speeding." I was like, "You're correct. I was, my brother." It was a black dude. Gave him my license. A little bit of privilege. Came back and said, "Hey man, just slow down." I said, "You're right, dog."
Was this college, NFL?
This is post career. This is in Houston.
Oh really?
Yeah. Putting the oblonged ball over a line has got me out of a lot.
That's a benefit to staying in Houston, is that like, if you move to somewhere else, name recognition fades over time, but Houston, you'll always have it.
Yeah, I don't pull it. I just gave him a license. I was ready to take my ticket. But he showed love. It's the Brooklyn way.
But the question was from the guy, what's the perfect size city to live in?
Oh shit, yeah. I was at like 200,000.
So see, when I say the population of a city, I always say the metro.
Yeah, metro area.
So I looked this up because you're talking about the actual population?
Yeah, so like the actual
city. So like I was in Knoxville this weekend, and every time I go back to Knoxville, I like it more. Knoxville's actual population is 198. Metro is 870. I think that's, and I was going to say about that size. It's got a downtown that has stuff to do, nice little area, but you have plenty of space to live. There's not insane traffic all the time.
That's my metric. I want it big enough to where like I have good hospital equipment if I need it, but small enough to where like I don't got to worry about the traffic being crazy. Right. Like that's my metric.
And that's perfect for like a big college town too, because they got good hospitals there.
Yeah, I mean, naturally they should. Yeah, I guess.
But no, you're right. Like people will look at the United States and be like, I want to move to New York City. It's been my dream to move to New York. Why?
I agree with you.
Why? Why would you ever willingly want to live in New York City?
A lot of movies make that shit seem cool as fuck. A lot of pop culture stuff. But New York is not the wave. I don't like it.
I mean,
I love to visit.
Yeah.
Visiting is amazing. 3-4 days, fun. Love it. But living there?
To any prospective New Yorkers, just understand you need to make $150,000 to have like an acceptable quality of life.
Yeah.
Now if you're gonna go make 200, you can live fine in New York and probably have a pretty good time.
Mm-hmm. But there's also the thing about New York is unless you make an obscene amount of money, you still have to deal with a lot of the same stuff that makes New York hard to live in.
Yeah, you're taking the subway.
Yeah, if you're a billionaire, then I'm sure it's fantastic to live in New York.
For sure.
Get your helicopter ride down to the shore, or I guess probably not the Jersey Shore if you're a billionaire, probably to
Hamptons.
Probably the Hamptons, yeah. Probably commuting every day from Greenwich, Connecticut. Probably a pretty good life for that guy. I would say, yeah, like 200,000 is a really good sweet spot for a city. Very good. Now, what's the best city out there right now? The best small city out there right now that is still kind of underappreciated, and one that doesn't have a lot of traffic either. Is there a next up city that we should be talking about more?
I have two options. One may be out of this race. Is Charleston next up, or is Charleston already here?
It's here.
Yeah.
Okay. Charleston. I'm biased because I just really enjoy when I go there. Minneapolis rules.
It's a major city.
Twin Cities. There's two of them.
Oh, is that too big of a city to count?
No, I mean, I appreciate you putting Indianapolis or Minneapolis on the map. Do they have
I love it.
What's
there.
the traffic situation like up there?
I've been there twice for like a weekend, and I experienced like little to no traffic. That was upsetting to me.
If there's a major city in America that has good traffic, I feel like that goes a long way into quality of life.
And I also like it because the airport is extremely close to the city. And so it's not like the hellhole that is the O'Hare International Airport.
Yeah.
Where I have to drive so far away to get there. It's right there.
Yeah.
ChatGPT gave me Greenville, South Carolina, Chattanooga, Tennessee, which I did consider mentioning. Asheville, North Carolina. I feel like that's blown up at this point. Danville, Virginia.
Danville. Border town.
And Rutland, Vermont. Braves affiliate used to be in Danville, Virginia.
It's I actually haven't been there in a very long time, but when I was a kid, Danville was nothing to write home about.
It says very strong affordability, downtown revitalization, good fit for those seeking quieter lifestyle or lower cost base.
Also pretty close to the Carolina Shore, which is nice, the Outer Banks. Let's look up the major cities.
Temecula. Temecula is like the middle point from San Diego and LA.
Yeah.
That's a nice city.
When I think of Temecula, I just think of the guy that tried to fight a dude on Christmas Day. You remember that?
Down there.
I think they were arguing about Kobe.
I think so. I remember that story.
And they drove to Temecula on Christmas to meet a stranger to fight him.
That's hilarious. Gotta log off, fam. Although I've had told plenty of people to pull up.
So I also, Big T, just asked ChatGPT for the best major cities in terms of traffic. Abu Dhabi was number 1.
Okay.
Okay.
Al-Baha, Saudi Arabia, was number 2. And Taif, Saudi Arabia, was number 3. Who's funding ChatGPT right now?
I'm not drawing any inferences from that.
No. Well, I don't think women are allowed to drive there, so that cuts down on traffic by 50%.
It might have a point.
Actually, I don't know the traffic. I don't know the traffic laws. I do know that when I was growing up, yeah, women couldn't drive in Saudi Arabia. Okay, so now this is telling me in America, the top 2, Detroit, Michigan, and Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, are number 1 and 2. Oklahoma City had the least traffic congestion in the world in 2023 for a city of its size. Okay, all right. I could see myself living in Oklahoma City.
Professional sports team.
Championship
caliber.
The tornadoes would get old.
Yeah, tornadoes. I'm out. Fuck.
Yeah.
Man.
That'd be terrifying. It's just like at any given time, the whole city might just be destroyed.
I feel like that's a city too where if someone asks you where you're from and you say Oklahoma City, they make a value judgment on you just based on you saying that. Like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, you're a middle of the country, like bland. There's nothing interesting about you.
Maybe your parents are billionaires. Maybe your mom's an internet sensation who doesn't cook her own cookies?
Who is this?
No, that's just what I would say.
This is just what he would think.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
It sounds remarkably specific, but
that's very specific.
Maybe I'd recognize your kids. maybe your kids are more famous than you are. I don't know. I don't know if I'd say all that. All right. Well, that was this week's macrodosing, nanodosing. We will see you guys on Thursday to get back into it. Arian, do you want to save? Do you want to save the murder mystery stuff?
Yeah, it's passed.
Give us a complete rundown on the murder mystery stuff on Thursday's show. Can you do that?
Just remind me I have CT.
Okay, I'm writing it down right now. Macrodosing Wednesday, full rundown on the murder mystery party.
Manch, 100 grand.
Love it. All right, love you guys. See you then.
Peace.